Okay, everyone, get ready for the class. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, huh?
Yes.
Make sure stand by with your textbook, your calculator. If I ask questions, you can direct and respond. Okay. Okay, today what we want to cover is this solving problem for the quadratic function, which is the last part of the chapter 2. Okay, so flashback. Okay, last lesson. Okay, previous lesson. Okay, before the holiday, the Raya holiday, you all learn how to sketch graph of quadratic functions, right? Okay, any one of you can recall back how many steps, okay, that I taught you all that day to sketch the graph of quadratic functions? How many of you? How many steps? Berapa langkah untuk melakarkan graf fungsi kuadratik? Ingat tak? Okay, Awin dah jawab 5. Okay, how about the rest? Okay, kalau 5, what is the first step to sketch the quadratic functions graph? First step. Those that absent, I will share the recording. Okay, harap-harap semua pergi tengok jangan cikgu share tu tak tengok ya. Okay, you have to go and go through So what is the first step when you want to sketch your quadratic functions? Patricia, can you tell me? Okay, Afika already respond at the chat. Identify the value of A. Okay, why we need to identify the value of A? Kenapa? Why? If we know the value of A, so we can know the what?
Shape
What
of
we
graph.
can know from the value of A. Yes, Magat?
Shape of graph.
Yes, shape of the graph. So that's first step. We have to identify the value of A. So A, but let's say A is a positive value. So how is the shape of the graph? What is the shape of the graph?
U.
U. Okay. And if it's okay, if negative, terbalik lah. N. Okay. So the second step. First step is A. Okay. The second step. What we do for the second step? I show you the abbreviations, the short form, the 5 steps, the 5 letters. Remember or not? The first letter is A. The second letter is what? Tessa? Can remember or not? Second step to sketch a graph. Second step, anyone? Chimbani? You're in. Just now when I pick attendance, you're not in. Okay, Chimbani is in. Okay. Chimbani? Okay, someone respond B square minus 4AC. So what is B square minus 4AC?
Discriminant.
Discriminant, yes. The second step, we have to find the value of the discriminant. Okay, kita nak mencari nilai D. What is the purpose that we find the discriminant? Apa tujuannya? Kenapa kita nak cari B kuasa 2 tolak 4 AC? Why?
To find the type of roots.
Okay, find the types of roots. Okay, cari dia punya jenis punca. Okay, if we know the types of roots, so definitely we know that whether that is intercept X or not, right? Okay, kalau lebih besar kosong, intercept at 2 points at the X. Okay, if equals 0, how many intercept point at the X?
1.
1 only. If less than 0, no intercept at the X. Okay, tak ada menyentuh pasti X. Okay, langkah ketiga, step 3, after you find discriminant, what you need to do? Cepat-cepat. Okay, determine the vertex. Okay, determine vertex dan cari titik maksimum ataupun minimum. How we determine the vertex? How we determine the vertex? Bagaimana kita mencari vertex? Menggunakan cara apa?
Completing the square.
Yes, completing the square. Yang lain tu yang tak respon tu kena catat Nanti cikgu tanya balik Jangan hanya beberapa orang saja yang jawab Do it always the same person. Okay, the next step is determine the vertex. Okay, find the maximum or the minimum. Okay, then after that, after you determine the maximum value and minimum value, what you need to do? Cari axis Y, intercept Y. Okay, cari intercept Y. Okay, intercept Y mencari pintasan Y dengan pintasan X. Okay, the next step we find the intercept of X and Y. If untuk langkah kedua, when you find the value of the B square minus 4AC, okay, kalau masa itu B kuasa 2 tolak 4AC, when you find B square minus 4AC, is less than 0. So your graph will be like this. So you no need to find your intercept of x anymore. You can skip. Only find your intercept of y. Unless you get your discriminant which is equal 0 and greater to 0. Kalau tepat macam ini, nilai, maknanya mesti cari intercept x. Okay. So when you find intercept of x, what value is equal to 0? Pada paksi x, nilai apa yang akan jadi kosong? How you find your intercept of x?
Y0.
Yes. Di paksi x, nilai apa yang kosong?
Y.
Y kosong. Okay, because this is your axis, right? X, this is your y, and this is your x. Okay, so let's say point here is 2. Okay, so to write the coordinate here is 2, 0. So your y is 0. Okay, this is your y, and this is the value of x. So when intercept of y, okay, let's say this is 4. Okay, what is the value? Is equal to 0. This is 0, 4, right? So nilai apa yang kosong? For intercept of y.
X.
X lah. Okay, so remember when you want to determine the intercept of y, means that your hx, your function is equal to 0. Okay, this is to find your intercept of y. To find your intercept of x, okay. Oh, sorry, terbalik. Terbalik, okay, wrong. This is when you want to find your intercept of y, x is equal to 0. Okay, intercept of x, this is hx equal to 0. Okay, so this one have to remember, always bear in your mind, else you cannot get the value or information that you want to start to sketch your graph. So after you determine your intercept of y, intercept of x, so the next step, the final step you have to do is starting to sketch your graph. Okay, so this one only revise, okay, flashback lah, okay, the 5. This one actually 6 lah, okay, 6, but actually why 5? Because I already combined this into 1. Okay, like the intercept x and y. Here is x-intercept, y-intercept from the textbook. The last one is have to plot or sketch. Okay, sketch your graph. Okay, so remember these 5 abbreviations or the short form. A, determine value A. D, your discriminant. Find vertex, intercept x, y. And last, only you sketch. Okay, so which just now we have to refresh back. Which step we can skip if your D is discriminant is less than 0? Actually, this question is already answered. Anybody can give me the answer? Just now already give the answer. So, ulang balik apa yang cikgu sebut. Langkah mana boleh skip kalau D kurang daripada kosong?
To find the x-intercept.
No need to find the x-intercept. Okay. So, yang lain ingat jangan ajak asyik megak sahaja. Okay. So next, okay, this is the questions actually from the exercise. I didn't ask you to do that because the previous asked you to do 3 questions only. Okay, 3 questions only. So now I want you all to do it right now. But later I want you all to share the answer. If you're 2 minutes, okay, you all figure out it. Then tell me what is the value of A, what is the value of D, V, intercept X, and the S. So A, you can direct from here, look from here. Okay, A, we respond A first. Okay, what's the answer for A? What's the value of A?
9.
9. Are you sure it's 9? Who's that? Emil Faizal, look carefully. The function.
A equals to negative 1.
Negative 1. Why negative 1 instead of Y? Nathan Kurma baru masuk yet. Nathan Kurma, why cannot wake up or what? Forgot already. Okay, so A is what? Negative 1, see, we see the value here because this is not arranged into the general form yet. Actually, this is what form is this? Is it general form? What form is this? Function given?
Vertex form.
Yes, this is in vertex form. It's not general form. Okay, so we have to, actually it's like this. You rewrite that easier for you to identify the value for A, H, and K. Okay, this is a +9 here. So your value of A actually is here, negative 1. So when you know that A is negative 1, so definitely the shape of the graph is U or N?
N.
N, good. And Faizal. Okay, N, so you know the first one shape is N. Okay, so D, discriminant. Find the value of the B square minus 4AC. Okay, so tell me what is the value. Okay, if you cannot determine the value of ABC from here, what you need to do? Because this is a vertex form, right? Vertex form. Okay, you want to determine the value of ABC, you have to expand the functions. Or actually, you want to skip, or not want to skip lah. Actually, you want to shortcut another shortcut. Actually, you can use your calculator to find it. Okay, up to you all. Okay, this one expand. Negative what? X squared. Okay, square multiply square, 4x. Okay, plus 4. Okay, then plus 9. Then you expand negative x squared plus 4x minus 4 plus 9. So negative x squared plus, sorry, the one already expand. Okay, so we simplify x squared plus 4x plus 5. Okay, so what is the value of A? B, C. So what is the value of B squared minus 4AC? Who got the answer already? Nurin, what's the answer? B squared minus 4AC?
Yang 4 square tu 4 square minus 4 bracket negative 1.
4 square minus 4?
4 bracket negative 1
Yes, then?
bracket 5.
Okay, so last answer?
36. 16 plus 20.
So this is greater than 0. Right now. So greater than 0, so later your graph should be like this. Betul? Memotong pasti X pada dua tempat. Okay, now you want to find the vertex. So what is the vertex? You need to do completing the square or not? Perlu tak?
No, sebab dia dah bagi.
Yes, tak, sudah bagi. Sebab ini sudah dalam bentuk vertex. So these questions given already in vertex form. So you only identify the value of X and the value of Y. So what is the vertex? What's the vertex?
2, 9.
Yes, 2 and 9. Siapa tak tahu macam mana kena pasti vertex, kita ambil ni, recall back. Vertex, this is the value of Y. Okay, and this is the value of X. How to get the X? X minus 2 equal to 0. So X is equal to 2. So your vertex is 2, 9. And this point, this vertex will be this. Di sini. Ini adalah 2, 9. Okay, so intercept X and intercept Y. Okay, to get intercept of X, apa yang kosong tadi kata? Intercept X, Y kosong kan? Y kosong means that Fx is equal to 0. So means that your negative X squared plus 4X plus 5 equal to 0. So this one you can use a calculator. Key in ABC. Do the factorizations. Okay. So what is the value of X? Tekan calculator cepat. Siapa boleh bagi tahu? Okay, ini intercept X saya dulu nak apa ni?
15.
15 lah. X 15 lah. Okay, yang lain tu double check lah. Cikgu tak buat lah. Akan buat lah. Okay, intercept Y. Intercept Y, X adalah sama dengan kosong. Kalau X kosong, Fx berapa? Ini Y berapa?
5.
5, yes. Ini sempat boleh nampak lah. Okay, this one have very fast. It is 0, 0. This one 5. Okay, so it's 5. Okay, so you have all the information already. Okay, which is, okay, this is your 2 point here. Ini maklumat yang kamu dah ada. Okay, intercept X, intercept Y, and vertex. Dan 3 ini yang paling penting. Yes.
Negatif 1.
Negatif 1. Yang lain tu apa check cikgu tak tekan calculator tau. Kamu tekan saja, cikgu tak check. Okay, so negatif 1 dengan 5. So now you can start to sketch lah. So don't forget to draw your paksi X dengan Y lah. Nampak tak ni? Tak nampak sangat. Nampak cikgu lukis lah, tak nak guna yang ni. Okay, I draw the axis of X and Y. Okay. So for the Y and X, okay. Make sure when you draw, use your ruler. Jangan ada yang guna freehand. Ini tak jadi lurus pula. Okay. So you know that this is your X and Y, and you know that your value of X negatif 1 dengan 5 kan. So mesti satu di sini lah. Ini bentuk dah tahu, ini bentuk macam ini. So mesti bentuk N. Your vertex 29 agak-agak di mana sini lah. Okay. So kamu plot lah. Kamu boleh lukis dulu, baru plot pun tak ada masalah. Ataupun plot dulu, baru lukis, no problem. Let's say you know that is a negative one slightly depan sikit sini saja kan. So kita buat dulu. 2 di sini, okay. Adjust lah. Okay, so dah buat and okay, baru kamu label. After that only you label. Okay, so label here. Okay. Label here is what? You have to put, this is negative 1. This is 5. And you have to label this one is 2, 9. So fx and x. That's it. So complete. Oh, one more here. Your intercept of y. So what is the intercept of y? Apakah nilai di sana? Apakah nilai yang cikgu nak tanda kat paksi y tu? Alia? What is this value I have to put here? What label I have to put here? So ada hilang je. Apakah nilai yang cikgu kena letak di sini?
5.
Alia, sama tak? Jadi jangan jawapan megat. Cepat sikit. Alia? Fatin? Are you agree with the answer that Megat gave? Is it 5?
Yes.
Yes, so you have to label everything, kena label semua. So it's 5. Then you label this one, intercept y, intercept your x, and the vertex. Then shape correct, then you get full marks. So all the step here is actually to gather information to help you to sketch out the graph. Okay, so depends the given functions. Okay, sama ada fungsi yang diberikan tu kamu kena expand ke dalam bentuk vertex ke, in general form ke, or in the intercept form. Okay, I bet you learned earlier. So from what I observe, so still I think some of you still cannot master how to sketch the graph of quadratic function yet. Right now, betul tak? Ramai yang masih lagi blur-blur, tak tahu macam mana nak melakarkan graph quadratic, fungsi kuadratik. Setuju atau tidak? Agree ke tak? This is very important, sketching graph of quadratic functions. Okay, so this is normally come up in paper 2 lah. Okay, but now we don't know because the new format, it could be come up in paper 1 also. Okay, so today only we go to the today class, focus what we want to study today. Before that is all flashback the previous lesson. We take half an hour time. Okay, so how to solve problems of quadratic functions? Okay, when you do the solving problem questions, okay, in the normally when you do, first thing you do is what? You read the question, right? After you read the questions, then how? What's the next step you will do? Apa yang kamu akan buat lepas kamu baca soalan?
List down keywords.
Sorry?
List down the keywords.
Okay, list down the keywords. Okay. Beside keywords, selain keywords, the informations given, okay, the value given from the questions in order for you to answer the questions. Okay. So I take the sample from the textbook. Okay, solving problem memang soalan panjang. Okay, memang selalu pelajar tak suka nak jawab, but no, have to do it. Okay, because now the trend is to ask K-back questions. Okay, they will come up with the long questions, but actually just apply what you have learned, the concept earlier, into the questions only. Okay, for this one, Suresh. Okay, Suresh. Okay, Suresh is chosen to represent his school in the district level javelin competitions. He throws the javelin at the distance of 3 meters from the ground. Okay, from the ground, you have to visualize also. Okay, height of the javelin is given by the function where h is the height in meters, then of the javelin is the t is the time. Okay, t adalah masa. Okay. So in seconds, so t in second, so means that if you find the value of t, the unit must be in second. So find the maximum height, okay, of the javelin thrown by Suresh. So you observe the given, this is the information given, okay, ini maklumat yang diberikan. This one, this color cannot see. Okay, this is the information given. Okay, what else? What's the keyword? What information given from the questions? before the beside the functions, right? Distance of 3 meters, okay, from the ground. Okay, the height of the journey is given. Okay, so ini adalah maklumat yang ada lah. So when you observe the function, so what shape of this graph, this function? Bentuk macam mana? Nampak fungsi dia? U ke
General.
N? Yes, Anis?
General form.
Yes, general form. Bentuk graph dia macam mana? Rasa-rasanya. Bentuk U ke bentuk N?
U kan?
U.
N.
Kenapa
N.
U? N. Ada kata U, ada N. So tengok balik. So kita macam mana kita nak kenal pasti bentuk graph tu U ataupun N, kita tengok nilai apa? We look at the value of A, right? So A is a negative value. So negative value, the shape of the graph should be
N.
N, yeah? Okay, so please bear in your mind if value negative is an N shape of the graph. So you definitely, you can visualize that the graph is N shape. Okay, then this is a ground. So now we want to find this point, maximum. Okay, that's why there has a maximum height of the journey through by the sewage. Okay, so actually you want to find the maximum. This is a general form. Okay, how to make it easier for you to find the maximum point? Remember now what you do?
Completing the square.
Yes, you have to do the completing the square. Okay, what completing the square? Okay, you have to can manage to get the maximum point, right? So do complete square as usual. Make sure the A is equal to 1. Okay, always copy back the questions. Jangan terus buat salin balik dia punya fungsi dulu. Okay, then you have to factorize, take out the value of A. Okay, factorize it. So this is T squared. So inside this one have to be 14/5. You know how to get this right? Betul tak apa yang cikgu buat? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Tak?
Yes.
Yes. Tak? Look carefully. There is a mistake I purposely do. I want to see whether you all can find out the mistake or not.
Simbol tu like in front.
Sorry?
Yang positif tu supposedly negatif.
Yes, yang positif tu sepatutnya negatif. This is a common error mistake that selalu pelajar buat, kesilapan ya. So you don't repeat the same thing. Even though cikgu selalu cakap pun selalu pelajar akan buat salah punya. So jangan ulang benda yang sama. So why negative? Because we already take out the negative. So negative, positive. So dalam tu akan jadi negative. Okay, so ini kena hati-hati. Be careful. So this one, after that, same thing. We copy back the first and the second term. Then we plus in bracket, minus bracket square. Remember, hari tu cikgu dah mengajar balik cara nak buat completing the square kan? Okay, so dalam kurungan tu isi apa? What is inside the bracket? Remember now what's inside the bracket?
Value of B divided by 2.
Yes, value of B divided by 2. So now your value of B is now negative 14/5. You have to take the value of negative also. So if you want to make it easier, you can use your calculator. Straight away 14/5, then divided by 2. Okay, then is what value you get? 7/5. Ini boleh guna calculator anda. Get use of your calculator. Can get 14/5. Kerana sebab kamu dah nampak kalau nombor bulat terus 14 divided by 2, you know that directly is a 7, right? But because this is a fractions, you can use your calculator. You press that negative 14/5 divided by 2. So it's the negative 7/5. So the first three terms will be expressed in the perfect square. So akan dalam penyempurnaan kuasa 2. So it's a T minus 7/5 square. Tulis dalam penyempurnaan kuasa 2. Only take the square, but first three term. If you not believe, when you expand this one, you'll get back this one. Apabila expand, kamu akan dapat balik. Here, when your net value of B is a negative, here must be negative. If positive, then positive. So then you solve the behind one. Press your calculator. So what you get? You will get the value is, what is that? Negative 64/5, right? Not over 25, sorry. Tekan calculator. Okay, lepas tu baru kamu buangkan kurungan. After that only you throw the bracket. So T minus 7/5 square. So negative here become positive 64/5. Okay, so from here, you can identify the maximum height. Okay, maximum height, you take the which value that you take, value x or value y. Maximum height. You remember or not the day I mentioned? Because this didn't mention maximum point, but height. Height only, so we take the value of y only. This is the value of y. Okay, if maximum point will be the x and y. Means that the maximum height is the maximum value. So we only take the value of y. Therefore, the answer for this question is 64. The answer for this one is 64 over 5. And then don't forget the height is in meter. So in meter. Okay, so maximum value of h is 64. Okay, if you want to give your answer in fractions, okay. If you convert it into the decimal number, also no problem. 20.8 meter. Okay. Can understand or not? So far, boleh ikut semua yang lain? Tessa boleh? Okay, so this is a 12.8 meter. Okay. So we do the completeness. We solve the part A question already. So how about the part B? How we do the part B? Calculate the time in second. Touch the ground. The keyword is touch the ground. So touch the ground. What is equal to 0? Means actually you just don't really know that it's like this, right? The graph. Touch the ground means what is equal to 0?
Y equals to 0.
Means you want to find the value of x lah. So if y is equal to 0 or your ht is equal to 0. This is function. So we are not using x and y. We are using x, but the y is function. So it's normally fx, hx, or gx. So it is like ht equal to 0. Use white color better. So it's ht equal to 0. So for this one equal 0, no problem for you can use your calculator. Okay, use a calculator. Press using the mode. Okay, find the roots. Okay, so what is the roots? Press the calculator. Okay, you want to make it in a positive also can, up to you. If you directly use the one to change also no problem. Means that your value of A depends on your value of ABC lah when you press your calculator. Ini soalan teruskan. Kalau kamu tukar, if you do this one, means that your A is a -5, your B is 14, and your C is 3. If you convert it from negative to positive, it will be 5t squared minus 14t minus 3 equal to 0. So your A is a 5, B -14, 3 negative, C -3. So what is a T? Press your calculator. Semua cuba.
T equals to 3. 3 equals to -1 over 5.
-1/5. So when you do the working, when you press the calculator, make sure you rewrite the working. It means that you have to write in the bracket. T equal to 3 is the -3. T equal to -1/5 is 5t plus 1. Have to write. Even though you can use the calculator get the roots directly, but you show your working. Okay, for MX you have to show all the workings. Unless just now in the sketching one, because sketching, the important thing is the outcome, which is the graph. Okay, you need to find the information. Okay, so if you without showing this, you direct give T, no problem for the sketching graph. But for this one, no, because solving problem question, all the step is counted. So you have to show, you don't direct here. You direct give this one, you without this one, your mark will be deducted. Okay, because you didn't show the working correctly. So please bear in your mind. Remember, tunjukkan langkah kerja dengan betul. So T3, ini boleh dimasukkan tak? Negatif.
No.
No, right? Okay, masa tak mungkin negatif kan? So you can mention here this, you can reject it lah. Reject. Okay, rejected. Okay, so means that the T is when the javelin touch the ground is 3 seconds. So since this is a solving problem questions, okay, it's better that you write a sentence to make a conclusion that javelin touch the ground the javelin touches the ground is 3 seconds. Tulis dalam ayat. Okay, the time, jangan malas lah. Okay, the time that the javelin touches, just answer the questions. Okay, touches the ground is 3 seconds because solving problem questions. Okay, you didn't just show a working, but means a T equal to 3 seconds only. Okay, sometimes the marking scheme, when you only show this one, only without the conclusions, they cannot get full marks. They deducted your mark, okay? Because these are solving problem questions. So it's better that you write out a sentence, okay, a short one, okay, to let the markers know, you know, okay, then touch the ground. Touch the ground. When they want to see the words touch the ground, is 3 seconds. Okay, so when I tell y'all how to answer the questions the words correct way, please bear in mind. Nanti masa jangan SPM, masa SPM baru nak tanya cikgu. Cikgu nak kalau jawab macam ni ada markah tak, jawab macam ada markah tak? Okay, because terlalu banyak nanti cikgu tak sempat nak ulang balik. Okay, so this is the question from the textbook. Okay, the self practice 2.11. Okay, I try to discuss with y'all. Okay, because if tidak discuss mesti ada yang bagi tahu cikgu saya tak boleh buat. Betul tak? Okay, still have 15 minutes. I try to discuss 1 or 2 questions. So remaining one you do on your own. Okay, so the first one, okay, see ni soalan ni macam mana? Okay, apakah maklumat yang diberikan? So you can highlight the information given. Okay, this information given, right? So then of a diver from the water of a surface of a swimming pool. 3 seconds after he dives from the diving board. You can visualize lah from the diving. Cikgu tak pandai lukis lah, tapi you boleh visualize kan. Diving atas tu, hari tu yang siapa yang dapat champion hari tu? Kita punya Malaysia dapat gold medal lah, diving. Okay. Nama diver tu nama apa? Siapa tahu? Tengok news tu tak? Anybody know?
Tak ingat nama.
Tak ingat nama. Siapa ingat? Tak ada, semua tak ingat. Tahu berita ni tak?
The diver punya nama Pandalela Rino.
Yes, Pandalela tu. So dia, ada siapa yang tak tahu news ni? Malaysia dapat gold medal tu sebab dia diver tu. Okay, so ini information diberikan HT negative 5T square plus 80 plus 4. So untuk jawab A, so the height, dia nak cari dia punya ketinggian. So they want to, if you want to sketch out, just sketch out lah. Ni tinggian ni lah, ni diver board. Ini swimming pool kat bawah ni. So ini nak cari ni tinggi ni. Nak cari tinggi ni. So macam mana dapat nak ketinggian tu? How to get the T? You know, apa yang kosong masa tu? Fikirkan dulu. Cikgu bagi masa 1 minit. Cepat bagi tahu saya. Apa yang kosong untuk height tu?
T kosong.
T kosong. Kenapa T kosong? Sebab dah sampai kan? Sampai tu masa sudah habislah kan? So kena cari tinggi. So T adalah sama dengan kosong. Okay, so yang T is equal to 0. So for the part A, T is equal to 0 because when reach here, oh sorry, this is not T, label wrongly. This is supposed to be H. Sorry, ni H, dia nak height dia. Okay, ni dia. Masa dia sampai sini tu masa dah tamat kan, so T0. So T0, so you mean your H0 lah. So negatif 5, tunjuk langkah. Okay, langkah-langkah tu isi. Walaupun kamu when you see, actually direct you know answer is 4 meter. Right not? But please write, okay, you substitute the value in. Because when you know that ni kosong, memang jawapan 4, jangan buat terus HT sama H0 sama dengan 4 lah. Tunjuk langkah kerja. Okay, mana tahu ada yang salah tu nanti. So ini 4 meter. So 4 dah. You want to write full meter or you want to M only? Okay. Like after that, you answer. The diving board from the water, the height is 4 meter of the diving board from the water surface. Nak jawab dalam ayat. Okay, boleh. Untuk A. Tulislah ayat lah. The height is 4 meter of the diving board from the water surface. Buatlah ayat sini. Okay, buat. So ini A dah siap. Okay, untuk B, how about B? The time in seconds the diver achieve the maximum. So now it's not find the H but find the T. When at the maximum point, apa yang kosong? When you reach the maximum. This one actually you have a alternative way. Kalau nak cari maksimum tu kamu kena buat apa? Tadi dia sudah cakap computing square, right? Kalau tak nak buat computing square, actually there you have another way can do, which is you find the value of negative B over 2A. Still remember not when in the vertex form, okay, is a negative B over 2A. And this one, remember not? Ni masa dalam vertex tu. This is your X and this is your Y. Nilai X dengan nilai Y. Okay, so to answer the question B, if you want to shortcut, then you can use the value of negative B over 2A. If you don't want to use a shortcut, you want to use the completing square, you can do the completing square. After that, you can find the T, okay, from completing square. So it depends. Okay, now I show the first way lah. Do completing square. What completing square? As usual, you have to factorize as the copy question. Ini sama macam tadi tak fungsi? Macam tak sama. Okay, more or less, but still negative. So factorize it. This is the t square plus 8 over 5t plus 4 over 5. Ada silap? Ada silap? Ini semua dah tidur dah. Sangat boring. MX.
Simbol.
Simbol lagi. Sangat boring. Memang MX tu nak macam mana menarik kan? Semua dah mengantuk. Tak suka MX. Tapi terpaksa nak ambil kan? So I have to do a lot of exercise. Okay, so it's still negative here. Okay, so same thing. We have to put a negative a over 5t plus a square minus a square, and the inside the square is the b divided by 2. Okay, so a over 5 divided by 2 is 4 over 5. Since it's negative, so negative 4 over 5, negative 4 over 5. So write in completing the square. T minus 4 over 5 square, press calculator, minus 4 over 25. Ini cikgu dah buat cepat sikit lah. Nanti kamu cuba buat semula. Square, this one negative, negative, positive. So it's a 4 over 5. So from here, you can get your time already. T minus 4 over 5. So want to find the T. So your T minus 4 over 5 equals 0. So your T is equal to 4 over 5 lah. Which is how many seconds? T over 5 is how many seconds?
0.8.
2.8. Is it 2.8? 0.8, right? I got 2. So it's or 0.8 second. Atau 0.8 saat. Okay? So kita dah dapat inilah. Kalau nak mudah, alternatif cikgu kata negative b bahagi a tu, so kamu cari your x is equal to negative b over 2a. So from here, you identify your value of a is negative 5 and your b is 8, right? So you try, you see, it's the same or not? So negative 8 over 2 times 5, negative 5, sorry. So it's a 8 over 10. So it's a 4 over 5. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so which is equal to 0.8. So still the same lah. So this is much more easier, right? Compared to this now, the completing square. But actually, sometimes when you do completing square, also got it's better for you because why? Because when you practice, and one more thing, sometimes they ask you to find the maximum value or minimum value. You can direct to get the information from here. Okay. So see which way that you feel easier and better to or faster to answer the questions lah. Okay, so we already solved the part B. So now the maximum height. Now see maximum height. Maximum height as mentioned earlier lah. Just now you already find. If you manage to find this one, you actually find the maximum height. Is it 4 over 5? Same lah. No. So 4 over 5. To find the maximum height, you need the derivative achieve. Maximum 5. Just now is t lah. So you want to find the t, right? Your t, this one, your t is already this is a t, sorry. I want to write. So t, okay. So for the maximum height, we have to find the t is equal to 0.8. So we will have to find the 0.8 to get the height because this is a maximum. The time is 0.8, right or not? So you have substitute in lah, masukkan nilai tu 0.8 kuasa 2 tambah dengan 8, 0.8 also plus 4. Press your calculator, so you manage to get 7.2 meter. Okay, so ini dah jawab soalan yang C lah. So the maximum you can achieve is 7.2 meter. So to answer the part 3, maximum when the t is 0.8. So the time in second when the diverse is in the air. It's in the air. So means what? Apa yang kosong? Now is t 0 or the ht is equal to 0? Mana satu yang kosong? Untuk D. Diverse is in the air. Which one? Dia dah naik, dia bukan dah dalam air, dia atas dah. Bukan dalam air, dia di atas air dah. Okay? So apa yang kosong? Kamu cari apa? You will find the surface, right? Ini ini diver dia tadi macam ni kan? Okay, dia dive kan? So sekarang dia di sini dah, di sini. So kita nak cari di sini lah, masa di sini. Okay, apabila masa dia di sini. Okay, maksimum masa dia yang dapat di sana tu. Okay, so kalau kita boleh cari HT sama dengan kosong. You have to find the HT equals 0. Macam soalan pertama tadilah. So this is negative 5t square plus 8t plus 4 equal to 0. Macam tadi buat pemfaktoran. Okay, use your calculator. What's your t? Press your calculator. Cepat. Habiskan soalan ni. Nanti kamu ada kelas lagi lepas ni, ada tak? Any class after this?
Agama.
Itulah nanti cikgu kamu nak menunggu 5 minit lagi, cepat. 5 minit lagi. Apa kata? Your A is
Negative
negative 2 and
2 over 5
2 over 5.
and 2.
Betul.
Negative 2 over 5.
So tulis balik ya sini. T minus 2. This is negative what? This is 5t minus 2. Sorry, 5t plus 2. Kita tulis balik pemfaktoran tu. Okay, even though you already get the t. Okay, so from here, this one you know that it's rejected because it's a negative. Okay, so maximum is t is equal to 2, but the time in seconds. Okay, so actually you can there's a range. Okay, there's a range between the between time. Means that maximum is 2, cannot more than 2, but the minimum time is a 0 second lah, because we start from 0. Okay, so jawapan dia akhir tu ini, this is not only last answer. If you only until here, maybe you cannot get the full marks. Okay, so what? So your t is in between of 0 and 2 seconds. Okay, so you find the time in seconds where the diver is in the air. So the question is asked to find the time only, right? Didn't mention to find the range, right? Okay, so it's okay. So it's only find answer 2 seconds only. So write in sentence, the time when the diver is in the air, the time when the diver is in the air is 2 seconds. Buatlah ayat. Okay, so we have done the first questions. Boleh? So far boleh ikut ke tak? Ni memang kena banyak buat latihan. Okay, you have to go through and you see the keywords. Then you know what is equal to 0. X 0 ke, fungsi HT equals 0 ke, fungsi sama dengan kosong ke, macam mana. Okay. Masa tak mengizinkan, then the ratio, the times, actually I want to discuss all the questions with you all, but couldn't manage to finish it. Now why? So you have to do the exercise lah, as the exercise. Okay, so AFL, so show me your thumbs. Okay, how many of you that thumbs up, thumbs horizontal and thumbs down for the lesson today? Respond at the chat, please. Sejauh manakah anda faham cara untuk menyelesaikan masalah bagi fungsi kuadratik? Okay. Ini memang tahu punya cikgu. Okay, surely many of you will be horizontal. Okay, because need a lot of practice when you do this kind of questions. Okay, and students normally don't like to answer this kind of questions, but you have to. Okay, you have to get ready of this kind of questions. Kalau you dah shut down, mula-mula dah shut down, sampai SPM memang dah down lah. Okay, so hopefully after this you all can do the rest of the questions. Okay, nanti kita bincang lagi lah. Okay, so untuk yang ini soalan 1, the first question is already discussed. Okay, soalan 1 memang kita dah bincang tadi, already discussed. Just 2, 3, 4, but even though we already discussed, please do also walaupun cikgu dah explain tadi, mungkin ada yang masih lagi tak berapa tahu macam menjawab kan. So still do in your exercise book these 4 questions plus another intensive practice question 8 and 9. Okay, I want you to really go through the questions. Okay, do on your own. If you have a problem, you can PM me, WhatsApp me, or ask your friends anytime. Okay. Okay, thank you,
Thank you, teacher.
class. Okay, bye.